Before I continue on, I just want to make sure I'm being heard. If you guys can hear me, can you please press that three? Welcome to the Messy Sweet Spot. I'm your host. Tonight I'll be Miss Messy. And man, oh man, did you guys know this is the first um RIP in DC this year? And it happened by a black girl, 18 years old. She had her whole life ahead of her. She was so smart. There is a picture of her, if you guys can see that. You guys see her graduation, just graduated, a matter of fact. And I don't know what's going on with my internet or my thing. So if you guys can hear me, are you there? What is going on? You guys, please let me know. I don't want to keep talking and my video is not working. So please let me know if you guys getting all everything you guys get to get. And I want to know, are you guys getting my notifications? Because the chat is still not moving. Okay, now it's moving. I guess it's on a delay. But I would like to know, are you guys getting my notifications? If you are not getting my notifications, can you please let me know right now in the screen that hey, I am not getting your notifications. I also would like to include that I'm going to drop the link at the top because I know some of you guys may have something to say about this and we want to hear from you. And it's important that the community speak out. It is important. I mean, for this stuff to stop, you guys have to speak out. I can lead you to water, but I cannot make you drink. You guys have to speak out. So this young lady, she was taken out by the pow pow by a thug, okay, a black man, okay, and we have heard this situation too many times. Ain't y'all tired of hearing it? Aren't you guys tired of hearing this? Okay, so like I said, I'm going to ask you guys again. Are you guys getting my notifications? If you guys are not getting my notifications, please let me know. Now, I will tell you one thing, I'm not getting them likes. Okay, we got 127 people up in here. Can we please get some more likes? Especially when we're trying to spread awareness, and especially when we're trying to prevent this from happening to your daughter, and we're trying to prevent your son from doing this. Okay, so, make the long story short, and we're going to go into so many videos that people are talking about this. They are saying this that Ashley, she went to a party, okay, a New Year's Eve party with her girlfriends, all right? I believe it was supposed to be five of them. And shout out to Black Girl Unlost or Black Girl Lost because I did check out her video and I'm going to be pulling stuff from her channel. She does amazing content. So this is what I'm hearing. Five girls showed up at a DC hotel. They wanted to bring in the new year. Isn't that cute? Girlfriends, that's what girls do. However, the host of the party, and I don't know if you'll call it a party, just five girls, celebrating New Year's together at a hotel. The girl that set everything up, her male cousin, okay, invited himself with his homeboys. And let's just stop that because ain't no nigga inviting themselves nowhere unless somebody told him about it. So the main girl, okay, that created this whole party event, she told her male cousin, and you knew your man cousin is unhinged. You knew he was off. He 18, and so what? These girl, I want to call them so much, but I'm afraid they're gonna get me if I say too much. But he is unhinged. Okay. So he went there with his homeboys, and the girls felt uncomfortable. They said, nah, this is not what we signed up for. Ain't no boys supposed to be coming over here. This supposed to be a girls' time. The guys are getting very aggressive. They were drinking very heavy. And next thing you know, they was trying to do to her, and she was like, no, 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 no. And I see in the comment section, people are saying, I think this is set up. I think so too. I mean, look at this girl. Look at this girl. She's a straight A student. She have so much future ahead of her. What was she doing around these type of girls? And I would think these girls are smart and they want the best for her. Why would you have some low life dusties, unhinged dusties coming over at the hotel with his posse? Homegirl, you first of all, you should have never brought your cousin over there. Second of all, when you saw your cousin showing up with all them niggas, you should have said, nah, y'all not coming in here with all that foolishness. Y'all got them drinks. Nah, bro, this ain't no damn time for that. But the main girl, she knew what it was. So she invited them. They kept on trying to do it with her. You know, they wanted to reduce her down to be a hood rat baby mama. Okay. So she was not going for it. Eventually the girls said, no, we don't feel comfortable. She don't feel comfortable with y'all being here. Y'all need to leave. So the guy started to leave out and he cussing, F this, you know, he felt like, oh, you wasted my time. You said these hoes was going to give it up. What's up? This some bullshit. And you know how these thugs get when they get rejected. And parents, y'all got to start telling your sons, listen, if a woman don't want your advances, you can't get emotional about it. You got to toughen up and accept that shit and move on. You got to come right. Come correct. Did you come correct? Look how you dressing. Look how you talking. Your breath smelling like alcohol. You're not coming as a gentleman, you know, but shit, they don't care about that because they feel like all these women want some thugs anyway. So they said once that guy, her cousin, left the room, he started screaming and yelling outside the door. And he said, F this, and he pow, pow 2 times. And when this was happening, he pow through the door. They said Ashlei felt uncomfortable. And she said, you know what? That was a little bit too much for me. I'm packing up my shit and I'm leaving. No. They started getting into it. Nah, but you brought your cousin over here and they was drinking. And I don't want to be in this environment. You set me up. I thought we was going to be all women. We was all going to chill and have a great New Year's End. But you inviting this, your cousin over here and all this shit. She wasn't having it. She was packing her bags and she was leaving as she should. She should have left, right? Anybody with common sense would have did the same thing that Ashlei would have did, left. She was just not going to stick around because who knows what else they would have a surprise, you know? She got tired of the surprises. So as she was leaving, he was outside. He came back to that door yelling and screaming and he pow through it, okay? And it ended up hitting her twice and taking her out of here. Okay, so now they're trying to say it's 2nd-degree murder. Now they're trying to say, oh, he ain't mean to do it. I don't know how true it is, but you guys remember, we're only taking advice from the girls, okay? Because Ashley's not here to tell her story. Oftentimes, when these people are gone, we don't get the full story. A lot of times, we would never get the full story. We always going to get the story of the people that did the dirt. And most likely, they're not telling a full story. They're just telling a little bit of truth with a whole bunch of lies to ease in the blow. So I think it was more horrible things that was going on in this situation than what were to occur. However, I will show you guys some clips, some news clips that's been going around, and I just want to show a few.
Story that we have been on top of since the get-go. And tonight, there is now an arrest in the killing of a college student at a Friendship Heights hotel.
And tonight, we are also hearing from the victim's parents. Kenneth Moten joining us live from the newsroom with the very latest details on the story that was first here on Fox 5. Kenneth?
Angie and Jim, we got the word into our newsroom late this evening that D.C. police took an 18-year-old into custody accused of killing Ashlei Hinds, the victim of the first homicide of the year in the district. Not many details about the arrest tonight, but police say Jelani Cousin of Northeast D.C. is behind bars charged with 2nd-degree murder while armed. Investigators released surveillance images of the suspect leaving the Embassy Suites Hotel in Friendship Heights yesterday morning. Investigators say there was a New Year's Eve party in a room when some type of altercation broke out over uninvited male guests and a shot was fired. Ashlei Hinds was hit and pronounced dead at the hotel. Her distraught family spoke to Fox 5 earlier today.
Ashlei was a great child, but I will miss her so much.
I just want justice, and any other families. I mean, it could happen to anyone. I mean, nowadays, I think people are just walking down the street and things are happening, but just love your family, hold them close.
All right, so that is the mom right there, and this is her father, and I'm so happy that she had, both parents in her life. And the mom said this can happen to anybody. It can, but God damn it, it was not supposed to happen to Ashlei. This was not supposed to happen to Ashlei. This could have been prevented. This could have been prevented if these parents stopped raising these dusty hoodlums that is going around terrorizing the neighborhood and taking out women. What made him think that it was okay to shoot a pow in a room full of women? What made him okay with that? What gave him authority as an 18-year-old to say it's okay to do pow shots in a room full of women, black girls? Because I know when y'all say black girls, it rings an alarm in your head. So that's why I say black girls, black women, because that's the only way we can get an alarm system in your head to say, hey, come on, we need you to pay attention to this, okay? So, honey, I feel like this should have been prevented, and there's no way in hell that this should have occurred. What made him feel like this was okay to do? Why was he bringing guns in the room in the first place? Why? Why? I'm looking in the comment section. It sounds like she has sons and have sympathy for her own daughter, Keller. Oh, that's just so sad. That is so sad. Oh my God. I hope she don't have thug sons like this, because her daughter, Ashlei, she was going to be something great in the community. She was going to really do something for the Black community. To me, she definitely have more value. Okay. And I know that I don't know if it sounds harsh or not, but this thug over here, what is he doing? Okay. What is he doing? Do you guys think he was jealous of Ashlei? I think so. She's doing great. She got a right reputation. She did a speech at the college. At her high school. And he's just a knucklehead. A knucklehead that's trying to get some, but was rejected, and he was not okay with that. So I wanted to go here to Black Girl Unlost YouTube channel. Shout out to her, Black Girl Unlost. And if you guys would like to hit that link, so we can, guys, I would love to hear from you guys and what do you guys think about this. So I'm going to play some video footage from her YouTube channel.
The new year wasn't even 2 hours old.
Goal-oriented, determined, loving, thoughtful. Those are just some of the terms family members use to describe 18-year-old Ashlei Hinds.
Just loving, caring, a great heart, loves children, loves her family. Just an all-around good girl. Never been in trouble a day in her life.
Ashlei Hinds was shot and killed while attending the New Year's.
Wow, just an all-around good girl. Never got in trouble a day in her life. And why her? Why her? Why not the hood rat hoes? Why not the hoes that's stealing out here stealing wigs and shit? Huh? Why her? Do you guys think this was random, or do you guys think this was a setup? Do you guys think this was a jealousy? Do you think it's more to meet the eye? The parent seems very quiet and very naive. I feel like it's more to meet the eye. I really do. Why wasn't the friend that had this hotel, why she's not talking? Girl, you should have been on camera talking about, you know what? Tell us the story. Tell us how you really care about her. How you don't condone what your cousin did. Your whole cousin took out your friend allegedly. Come on now. Did she know way more information and you didn't want to get that shit leaked out, and she knew about some stuff that you were trying to hide, so you needed your cousin to take her out? Like, what is it? What is it? Where'd all the other girls at? And we often hear it. They said, leave these girl trips alone. When it's a group of girls going to a hotel room, hell no. F that black girl magic. F that black girl magic, because these black girls are setting up other black girls to get them taken out. Okay? And these men are doing it. Let's continue on.
Party at the Embassy Suites in Friendship Heights.
Ashlei was a great child, but I will miss her so much.
I just want justice. And any other families, I mean, it could happen to anyone. Nowadays, think people are just walking down the street and things are happening, but just love your family.
I'm sorry. I don't mean to be a bitch, but that did not sound right to me. Well, anything can happen. I mean, this can happen to anybody. No, it cannot. Not your daughter. That's not into shit. No, it cannot. Yeah, it could happen, but I would never. Oh, you can just walking down the street and pow, something can happen to you. Most likely that does not happen. If I walk down the street right now, the chances of me getting popped is not likely. It is probable, but it's not likely. If that's the case, hell, we ain't never going nowhere. We ain't never going nowhere. Your daughter went into a friend's place, a friend's girl trips. If you're not safe around your girlfriends, then who are you safe from? Your girlfriend brought danger into a safe environment, and that danger that she invited to that safe environment took her out, and it happened to be her cousin. Okay, her cousin who didn't care about life. Clearly, her cousin that wanted to go to jail to probably see his boyfriend. Okay? But what do y'all think? Am I too wrong? Am I too strict? What are y'all thoughts?
Hold them close, keep them around, and just pray. And, pray that this doesn't happen to your child or family member or anybody else.
18-year-old Ashlei Hinds was an ambitious, smart, outgoing, family-oriented, articulate, and educated young girl full of big hopes and dreams for the future. Ashlei grew up in Maryland with her mother, her youngest sister, and her grandparents. At 16, she took an interest in photography and taught herself how to take and edit pictures. She also began playing softball and eventually began helping to coach the girls' lacrosse team, sparking an interest in sports administration that would follow her to college. Being the star student she was, Ashlei graduated from Dr. Henry Wise High School in 2023.
All right. So she graduated from high school in 2023. That was just last year, right? Right. So I wonder what her other girlfriends do. I wonder, did these girls that she was hanging around with, were they smart like her? Did they go to the same high school? Were these hood red hoes? Do you guys know what type of girl? What do you imagine? Because I don't know, but I imagine these girls were probably jealous. And we've heard these stories before when we think of Kanika Jenkins, okay? Because wasn't Kanika Jenkins, she was invited to the hotel party by some girls, and it was a girl party, and it happened to have these niggas that caused danger. When I tell y'all, these ninjas are unhinged and are very dangerous, okay? They are very dangerous. Girl, they are dangerous to black women. They are dangerous to black men. They are dangerous to transgender. They just are dangerous to everybody, okay? But yet everybody want to cuddle their ass and put them on a pedestal, and you wonder why they keep doing the shit they do. You give them a pass. You cuddle them when they do this shit. Girl, bye. So let's continue on.
She served as the student body president and was a member of the National Honor Society. Her dreams and aspirations would take her to Louisiana State University, where she was enrolled as a freshman, majoring in sports administration, with aspirations of becoming a sports agent or an athletic director. Ashlei had no shortage of friends in high school and instantly bonded with her college roommates and classmates at LSU. According to her mother, when she first got to LSU, she called her mother and said, "This is really hard." After some words of encouragement from her mother.
All right, so this is a question. Are these freshman girls with her at this college? Are these girls in college? Like what's going on? LSU, where is LSU at? Can you guys tell me where's LSU at? What city and state is LSU? Please put in the comment section. What city and state is LSU? Let's get these likes up, you guys. You guys know this is a very delicate topic, and it requires a delicate audience. So I need you guys to like this video, get this video on the algorithm so I can continue to do it. So they say it's in Louisiana, and this happened in DC. So I doubt if these friends were college girls that came from Louisiana back to DC with her. I really think these were DC girlfriends from high school that she probably went to high school with in DC. And I want to know, was she from DC? Was she from DC? What do you guys think? Comment, let me know. Was she from DC? Was this the case where she visited back home for the holidays and was going to spend time with her girlfriends from high school? Is that what it sounds like to you guys? Let's continue.
Who reminded her of who she was and that she could do whatever she decided to do. Ashlei called her mother back, reassuring her that everything was fine. Like most college students, Ashlei was always looking forward to the holiday breaks from campus. She had recently returned home for Thanksgiving break and excitedly returned home again for the Christmas break. Although Ashlei wasn't the type to hang out much, she agreed to accompany her best friend to a hotel sleepover.
Wow, it's her best friend. Best friend from the holiday sleepover. I knew it. They said Ashlei went back home from Louisiana State College to visit her family and her friends from school, and her best friend invited her to her deathbed. Her best friend invited her to her deathbed. Her best friend got her taken out of here. If it wasn't for her best friend, this girl would still be alive. And that best friend, you know how your best friend is. So why would you involve thug criminals with pals that was drinking heavy, smoking? And you know these niggas, when they drinking, they just don't drink. They on that Molly, they popping perks, they doing that lean, they got that gas, they doing any and everything, honey. You know that. Why would you bring your cousin over? Only time a male cousin is coming over with a whole bunch of women in there because he's trying to get off or do something. This ain't no goddamn family affair. This ain't no family affair. Why would a male cousin want to come hang out with you and a bunch of other women and bringing his niggas there? Because they think they going to get some. They think they going to do some macking and some slacking. That's what they think. And you set these girls up, best friend. Ashlei had no idea that it was going to be niggas in the atmosphere. Ashlei was not trying to do no hookups or no shit like that. You trying to ruin this girl's reputation. So why would you bring your thug, unhinged nigga friends over there knowing they only got one thing on their mind? It's the buck and uck, okay? That don't make no sense, best friend. Best friend, why your ass not on the goddamn camera on the TV newslet talking about this shit, best friend? Best friend, it was because of you, best friend, that she's gone now, best friend. You could have prevented this, best friend. Why did you invite them niggas at the hotel, best friend? You know your best friend would not involve herself in that shit, best friend. When you have best friend, you know your best friend, best friend. You know your best friend, best friend. Come on.
And New Year's Eve party in the uptown section of the city, Northwest. Ashlei spoke to her mother 5 minutes before midnight. They exchanged I love yous and told each other Happy New Year. No.
Oh, that's effed up. That's effed up. Could you imagine you on the phone with your daughter, your son, and talking to them minutes before they're about to die? Talking to your family minutes before they about to die. And she didn't want to die. She had a whole life ahead of her. Her whole life ahead of her. This is so unfair. It is so unright. I don't give a damn what that mama say. Well, it can happen to anybody. Not your daughter. Not your goddamn daughter. Your daughter don't involve herself in foolishness. She is safe. She don't involve herself in risky activities that can cause her demise. Your daughter don't be around unhinged, dusty ninjas out here in these streets. No, I don't understand that logic with the mom. I mean, I call for her and I feel for her, but goddamn.
Have ever imagined that what was supposed to be an innocent girls' night would unexpectedly and tragically cut all of Ashley.
All right, hold on. So we got somebody that got something to say. And they said this. They said, you know what? Something ain't right. I'm not trying to be rude, but they need to check if there's a healthy life insurance policy on her. Who brings a pow pow to a sleepover? Nobody brings a pow pow to a damn sleepover. Nobody. But these niggas did because the niggas was trying to get some. You know these niggas gonna got one thing on their mind. Come on, this was a setup. This was a setup. It don't make sense. Why would you bring niggas involving with women and these girls have no idea? These girls did not agree. Ashley didn't say, yeah, bring the niggas, girl. Oh, yeah, girl, you gonna bring the niggas? Oh, hell yeah. No. And hell, this nigga, this cousin, could have been trying to get with Ashley for the longest. This cousin, best friend cousin, probably trying to get with Ashley for the longest, and Ashley was not having it. And his ass say, no, I'm going to take you out today, bitch. Oh, you left. You going to go to college and everybody talking about how great you is. Yeah, I'm going to let you know it. I'm going to let you know it. Nah, this not good.
Hopes and dreams short. Her family and friends would never see or speak to her again. Just before 1:30 a.m. on January 1st, 2024, New Year's Day, the Metropolitan Police Department responded to DC's Friendship Heights neighborhood to the Embassy Suites Hotel at the Chevy Chase Pavilion in Northwest DC in the 4300 block of Military Road along the DC-Maryland line. Dispatchers received several calls regarding the sounds of gunshots coming from a hotel room, followed by a masked man fleeing the scene. Upon arrival to the scene,
this is what I understand. I don't understand. Nigga, if you man enough to pull the pow, won't you be man enough to stay there and face the consequences? I don't understand you ninjas. Why run? You man enough to pow, why run? You think somebody gonna come out and hit you back? You know they don't have no pows in there. You know they're unprotected, but you're gonna bring pows for who? These are, and that's why women, transgender women, gay men, y'all need to start carrying some pow. Ain't nobody got time for y'all sit around and fall for victim shit. Ain't nobody gonna save you. Y'all gonna have to save, y'all gotta save yourself. Ain't gonna have to. You have to save yourself. Cause that same mother sucker you trying to get to save you is that same ninja that's gonna take your ass out. It's either you or them. It's either you or them. It's either you or them. They ain't gonna think twice about it. They taking your ass out without thinking twice about it, child. And they are still living and breathing on this damn earth. Yeah, they go to jail for a little bit, but they'll be back out. Okay, they are still living. If you want to live, you're going to have to learn how to protect yourself. Come on, woman up, man up, transgender up, and get that damn pow now. And learn how to use it. And let these people know, hey, you ain't, don't play them games. Okay?
officers would locate an unresponsive female inside of a room on the 7th floor.
All right, so let me screenshot this. If you guys not getting my notification, please let me know. So I can screenshot it and report it. So if you guys did not get my notification, if you can put in the chat, at the Messy Sweet Spot, I received no notification for this live. I would really appreciate it, okay? So like I said, if you have not got no notifications, I need you all to put that in the comment section so I can get my channel fixed. My channel has been broken for a minute. Okay. OG, I see you up here. I want to pull you up here right now. How you doing, OG? It's a pleasure for you to come here again. I always enjoy your commentary. What are your thoughts on this?
Absolutely. Happy New Year to you in the chat. How you doing?
Good.
Good. This is really a sad situation. I mean, more of this story has came out. So allegedly within the last several hours that I've heard that the situation escalated when all those guys came to this party, unannounced and unwanted, and they actually was let in and started drinking. And one of the young ladies uh, got drunk, and they either allegedly put something in her drink or whatever, but she went to lay down, and someone went in the room, and it was alleged that they were trying to grape her, and that's when the commotion and everything started, and a big argument ensued, and then they finally got the guys out of there. But then it's alleged that that's when the young man they knew he already had the pow on him. So allegedly they got him out, but then he was banging on the door saying, if you don't let me back in, I'm gonna, pow this door down. And that's actually what happened. So when all the commotion happened, the young lady that end up getting unalived, she was on her way out the door. She had grabbed her stuff. She's like, I'm out. I'm leaving because this is too much. And the guy, just when she was at the door to leave, that's when he allegedly pop out through the door and she got hit. So that's allegedly the latest story of this incident and what happened. Like they were literally trying to grape one of the girls that was there.
Mm, 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 mm.
And when I tell you, I talk about all the time how I see it more and more, and it's predominantly, unfortunately, happening in our culture with our race of these young men. They really are suffering with these anger issues. They are suffering with violent tendencies, this narcissistic personality disorder, this anger issues, and this aggression, and when they get rejected, when they get told no, when they get refused upon the advances that they coming on the women, or when they are not getting their way with these young ladies and these women, and they get turned down and rejected, they cannot handle the rejection, and the anger overtakes them because something up there is clicking in that membrane is clicking, and it's unbalanced, and something's wrong, and they have these issues, and they act out in these very, very violent ways. And unfortunately, this is what happened with that young man. Was known to carry a pow, known to have anger issues and all of that. So for him to be allowed to come in there and bust in there with his friends and, kind of bust up the party, and then allegedly grape a young lady, couldn't get away with it. So now he mad that he got put out, him and his friends. And that's what happened. And she was leaving. That's why she was at the door getting ready to leave when he pow through the door. And it's sickening, and it's sad because this young lady had her whole life ahead of her. And unfortunately now, first year in college, just graduated, and had a promise in life that has unfortunately been tragically taken down due to someone else's actions that's so violent and so vulgar and so aggressive. And I see it every day. I work with the youth. I see it every day, and a lot of these young males, that they really have anger issues really bad, and really bad aggression and violent tempers.
Mm. Well, OG, I'm so happy you're here, and I would love for you to stay and be my co-host, because I would love to talk to you to unpack about this. And
Sure.
as you talking, my first thought, I got so many thoughts was running through my head while you was talking, but another one just popped up. You said these men are acting like animals. And excuse my French, what's another word I can say besides animal? They acting unhinged. And people have argued that humans are a part of the animal kingdom. Okay, they are unhinged creatures, and that's why they must be civilized to be amongst civilization, to be amongst society. And I find that a lot of these ninjas they're not civilized. They are unhinged because the lack of training in the home, just getting this ideas from these streets. And can we just be honest? They don't care about Black women. They don't love Black women. They ain't looking out for Black women. These men, you would think, in this idea that they try to paint, okay, Black man, that's your brother. Okay, yeah, Black men coming to the hotel, that's extra protection. Ain't nobody gonna mess with us. We got these men over here. They respect us. They trying to get to know us. So just having a good time. It's not about freaking. But they had one thing on their mind, was to take somebody pie. Okay, that's it. They only see you as something to bust down and leave. And they feel like they're obligated. They feel like, well, bitch, you invited some niggas over. What the fuck we own? Okay, you know what we own. You know we unhinged. You know we a danger in society, and you invited us anyway. So they think, well, bitch, you must want it. You know how we are. Why invite us then? So that's why, to me, I blame that cousin and that best friend. What's your thoughts?
Now, if that is the case where the cousin slash best friend invited her cousin to this alleged New Year's Eve party, then yeah, shame on her for that. If you know the behavior of your cousin, like let's
OG,
be real, like all of us got family.
you know that cousin. OG, you know that best friend. OG, that's what I want to say too. Who else invite? These men did not invite themselves. They're not psychic. Somebody had to invite them. The cousin, in my mind, invited her cousin. When you saw your cousin outdoors, you had a choice to come in or nah, nigga, it ain't
Or
that
not
party.
let them in. Absolutely. That and I'm gonna say yes, absolutely. Shame on her, and there needs to be some accountability on her part of that, because she knows the behavior of her cousin better than anyone. Like we all know in our families that cousin, that uncle, that aunt, that whoever that we don't get on with, that they nothing but toxicity and drama and trouble, and we want to stay away from these type of family members unless you enjoy that type of behavior yourself. Then yeah, you can't come to the barbecue. No, you can't come to the birthday party. No, you can't come to the family gathering. You can't come to the get together. Hell to the no. I got a cousin. I just said this on another platform. I got a cousin that I never got down with her son because she was afraid of her own son. He got grown, started running her household, jumping on her. She's scared of her own son. Now, anytime there is no way on God's green earth, a child I birthed into the world, I'm gonna be afraid of. It's just no way I'm living my life like that. And he carries a weapon, and he out there doing nefarious things to other people. And it's cool as long as they doing it to other people, as long as it ain't you. But when he come around, you scared of him, he jumping on you, this, that, and the other. And I said, he can't come to nothing that I'm a part of. Period. I said, because it's only two places he gonna end up: 6 feet under or in prison. And guess what? He's in prison. See, it don't be no good deed come from nothing like that with young men like this that exude these type of behaviors, violent behavior and tendencies. You're gonna either end up 6 feet under or you're gonna end up in prison, because somebody's gonna end up unaliving you or you're gonna unalive them. And he's in prison right now for unaliving somebody. And it is what it is. Because if you live your life by the sword, you going to die by the sword. That's just my motto. I don't care who you are. But yeah, shame on her if she actually invited her cousin, knowing her cousin is violent, knowing he carried a weapon, invite her to a party where there's all women, put these women at risk by being in that type of toxicity and danger. Yeah, shame on her if she did that.
You know what else I'm so irritated by, OG? This goes on too often. And the thing that really gets on my nerves is so normalized. They SA'd a woman there. Did you know, OG, they was going to get away with it? I don't think anybody was going to call the cops for that SAing. And it happens too often. And it sends a message to these unhinged ninjas that it's okay to do it. Oh, yeah. They're not going, what the fuck are you going to do? They're going to do it to the next girl and the next girl and the next girl. Y'all ain't doing shit. Y'all ain't calling the cops. Y'all not checking them. They know you're cowards. They know you don't got no pow. So it's pickings for them. You are kitty litter. They going to pick and do whatever they want to do, roam the earth to what they say, to kill, steal, and destroy.
Yeah, that's why I said it. And we know we know the bad seeds in our families. You know what I'm saying? And we know that they out there doing all kind of crazy stuff, but we don't say anything. We know that they out there doing this and that and the other, but as long as it ain't coming in their household, nobody won't say nothing about what cousin Johnny doing, what cousin so-and-so doing, so-and-so, until it comes in your home. Then, you know what I mean? And then we, again, yeah, and then these are our family members or friends of people we know that got these type of people just like her cousin. And it takes something like this to happen, and then when it's too late, now there's accountability on everybody that was there, that was involved, that knows, especially the girlfriend, her best friend, the cousin of this man. She knows her cousin better than anybody. So why would you put those women at risk? And then, yes, a young lady got SA. Oh, now you want to put them out. But did you call the police after they did what they did?
Now, you should have put them out. I agree with that. But y'all should have called the police. But the reason why this is what I feel, OG. Whatever you do, you are teaching a person how to respect you. You understand? When you give somebody a pass for doing you wrong, you are teaching them it's okay. And I know y'all want to have these nice, good hearts, but it will cost you your life. Okay. So I say that to say, if these unhinged ninjas already knew what time it is when it comes to Black women, they're not playing that shit. They will call the police. The chances of them trying it is going to be less likely. You already know people gonna try it, but guess what? We want to decrease the risk, right? We want to decrease the chances. So what do we do to learn how to decrease? Okay, if more people will say call them popos and get those reports and follow up, I just feel that it was sending a signal to these men to, you know what, we can't play with them. Just like people say, well, you know, you can't talk about nothing about the transgenders, girl. You can't talk about nothing about the gays, because they have sent a signal. Listen, bitch, they're gonna talk, we're gonna talk. So don't try it. You gotta send signals.
And listen, and here's the thing. We got to start turning our people in that's doing this. I'm sorry. Hello? Like y'all, listen, these mothers and these parents or whoever got to stop coddling this type of behavior in their children. See, that's the problem too.
Yeah,
you gotta stop coddling them. If you know that your child or your young adult child, teenager, young adult is out there carrying a pow illegally, and you say nothing, you are part of the problem. I'm sorry, that part.
You right, but you know that's a long journey, OG. I feel that these moms are so attached to these sons that, honey, if they sons took out somebody, they riding with them sons. Okay, they are so attached to these sons in an unhealthy way. It doesn't make any sense. But I hear you. But I think that is a real stretch to get these moms to be like, nah, I'm reporting my son. Because OG, you know, all these moms, they know their sons is unhinged. They know their son.
Yep.
You ain't go date, girl. They not doing that. They gonna
That's
ride
true.
with their sons.
That's true. Like my son, I have an only son, right? He carries and conceals legally. He went and took the steps. He go to the range, do it proper because you're doing it to protect your home, your family, your property. That's legal to do that in any, state law that has that. I'm in the state of Arizona where it's open carry. Mine's with me 24/7 damn near every day. Come try me if you wanna. Cause I got two friends called Smith and Wesson, okay? I'm not playing it because as a woman out here coming and going, I have to protect myself. But if you are a young man that don't have a record that can get licensed to carry legally, then yes, do it the legal way to protect yourself and your family and your property. That's the law. You can do that. But when you know your son out here with this long stretched arm record of felonies and all of that, of violent criminal behavior and activities and all of that, and he don't supposed to be carrying a weapon illegally, yeah, I'm sorry.
It's like, to me, it's like some of these women are sleeping. This is what I see, OG. If these black men, and you think of them as being tough, right? If they gotta protect themselves with a pow for their own damn protection, and they supposed to be the tough of the tough, your ass ain't that tough. You known to be weak. You ain't gonna fucking carry. You the one that need to carry the most. These niggas carrying for themselves. They ain't carrying for you. You know what they gonna do? They gonna take that pow and pile your ass out. So
That part.
I don't understand. I think it's so many women over here sleeping. They're still daydreaming. If we are living in modern times, you guys, you know that, right? This is modern day. This ain't tradition. These niggas don't act like tradition. They don't look like tradition. So why are you still fantasizing with tradition when it comes to these unhinged ninjas? You gonna have to hello. But with this case, it does not apply to her because for me, Ashley did nothing wrong. She did nothing wrong. She was deceived. She was set up. And she trusted. The only thing that she did slightly wrong was trusted a best friend. And how do you know when your best friend turned into a snake? I'm not sure. Maybe she should have the idea, you know what? I don't know. That is hard,
And she's home.
from her best friend.
Yeah, she's home, on the holiday break, like a lot of students are, especially college students. They off that whole week. They, don't have to go back to school until after the new year. And, of course she want to have a good time, visit family and friends while she's home. So I understand she's a young lady. Of course, her life, from her studies is like, I've been studying so hard. I got this break. I need this break. I want to get away. I want to have some fun before I go back to school. And the person that you trust the most, you probably grew up with her. You guys been friends forever and a day. This is a person that you trust, right? But unfortunately, we living in a world where the people we think we can trust ain't so trustworthy.
So Mr. Porter says, there's other options than pow, ladies, just in case you're scared. Well, you better stop being afraid. You better be unafraid. Okay. That is nothing. That's nothing but the spirit of fear. You can defeat that. You have to work on that. We all have fears. I have a fear. I choose not to work on my fear. I have a phobia of rats. Now I can get over it because
me too, Bessie. Oh my God.
Girl, I can't even see a picture. I start to cringe and creep up. Okay, that little furry shit.
I know I can't stand them. I can't stand mice, rats. Like, ugh.
It comes from my childhood because I was around adults that were afraid of them as well. So I think that really trickled down to me. Because, some kids, they love mouses. Even in cartoons, they got so many mouse, but I can't stand looking at a mouse on a cartoon either. I just don't.
Hamsters either. Like they remind me too much of mice and rats. Like hamsters, like I used to have cousin had hamsters for pets, and I was like, ugh. But yeah, but no, I mean, this is the thing. We got to stop being afraid. We got to stop being afraid of our own children. We got to stop being afraid of not saying anything, not talking, not turning people in, because this is an end result of that. That young man should have never been at that party with no weapon, period, point blank. And his cousin knows him better than anybody. The young lady that lost her life don't know him. She don't know that he carried a weapon. She don't know anything about those young boys that were there. And this was supposed to be an all girls party. Why were they there? Except but to wreak havoc.
Because it was set up. And you know what, OG, I know you keep on saying pow, pow. I don't have an issue with him or anybody using their Second Amendment right to bear arms. I have an issue with his mindset. I have an issue with him, and I have an issue with the company that he keeps, because you can have a man there that bear arms that's very responsible that would not do that. So I know every man that bear arms are not a danger, but it's the individual, because if he didn't even bear arms, he would probably still kick the door down to put paws on somebody or do something, because who he is, his mind is screwed up. His mind is very hateful. When he have nothing to live for. When you have to resort into something like that, I mean, God damn, it just make the black people look bad. And why ain't black people get more outraged? This young black man, 18 years old, that messed up a whole establishment at one. He don't care about nobody else's property. He don't care about nobody else's business. He don't care about nobody's safety. He don't care about nobody's concern. He did this to young black women. Why aren't more people outraged? What happened to protect black women? Oh, girl, bye. It's like, oh, it's a black man that did it. Let's just give that a pass. It just happened all the time.
Listen, a lot of these young men out of today, they cut from a different cloth than the protect. It used to be a code even on the streets. Remember coming up where women, children, and the elderly were protected. None of those things matter anymore. There are no codes. Nobody gives a crap. Anytime, even in the world of the gangs, it used to be a code where you don't touch the women, children, and the elderly. Now they will murk one of your people to get back at you. If they can't get you, they're gonna get somebody close to you, like your child, like your mother, like your sister, like your brother. That's what they're doing now. There is no more codes. There is no more honor. It's a disrespect all the way around the board. There's no let me protect this woman or that woman. I mean, I hear men even on YouTube saying it. When that whole thing with that woman got allegedly supposed to got hit in the face with the brick, and you would hear men, I ain't protecting, she ain't my family. I ain't protecting no woman out in the streets. If I don't know if she getting jumped on, you just hear men on GP saying that. So yeah, no, it's none of that anymore, unfortunately. And a lot of these young men are cut from a different cloth. They don't come from that era of let me protect. They are angry. They are jaded. They are bitter. They don't know how to handle their emotions. And the minute you reject them, the minute you refuse them, they want to get violent with you. And that's just the God's heaven truth. I see it all the time. If you walking down the street and they speak and you speak and they try to holler and ask you for the number and you don't want to give them your number, they cursing you out, you all kind of B's and H's, just because you don't want to, give them no action. Just because you don't want to talk to them, you may say you have a man or anything, or say, no, thanks, I'm married, or I have a boyfriend, and now you're a bunch of B's and H's. Like this is where we are. It's the disrespect for me.
And the community is not doing nothing about it. The other men on a podcast that got so much mouth, they're not doing anything about spreading awareness. Men, it's, learn how to pipe down if a girl don't want to be bothered by you. Stop approaching these women any type of way.
Listen, and anytime you have to take advantage of a woman when she's under the influence, or anytime you have to drug her to have relations with her, that is problematic. And you are the problem. You are sick and twisted. Anytime you have to get a woman to where she cannot consent with a sound mind, if she's under the influence or you have drugged her, you are the problem.
I tell you. Well, OG, anything else you wanted to say about this?
No, I just want, it should be an outrage, you know, and these conversations need to be had because, again, and it's going to take other women, especially women, to talk to other women about these type of things when it comes to their sons, because women tend to cuddle their sons too much for me. And this is why you get the behaviors you got, because you're treating them more like they're your boyfriends and you're cuddling them and they spoil and privilege and then they rotten to the core and then they come through your house and they disrespecting you. So if they disrespecting you, what do you think they're going to do to the next woman out there in the streets if they disrespecting and jumping on their own mothers?
Yeah, it don't make sense because if you ask all these thugs who you like the most, they'll say they mama, but they treat women like shit. Some not adding up. These mamas is not teaching them how to respect women at all. Something don't add up with that.
They raising these angry men that they end up being afraid of. I told you, girl, they end up being afraid of. They are afraid of their own children. This is the world we living in. This is what is happening now. The kids are beating up their parents. The kids are murking their parents. The kids are murking their own siblings. I know you heard about the 14 and the 15-year-old in Florida.
What happened?
Yeah, over they get in Florida, they get to arguing in the store about the mother buying the one brother more gifts than the other. They are 14 and 15 years old, Messy, and both of them got records and both of them carry pow-pows. And the argument leaves the store and go to the grandmama house. They got a 23-year-old sister who has a 11-month-old and a 6-year-old. She trying to break up the two brothers into it about them arguing over Christmas gifts and who got more than other. The 14-year-old takes out his pow-pow, shoots and murks the 23-year-old sister. Wow. And then the 15-year-old takes out his pow-pow and go, oh, you killed my sister. And he shoots the 14-year-old. So now we got a 23-year-old sister dead. The 15-year-old shoots the 14-year-old, and the 14-year-old murks the 23-year-old. Now, these are all siblings in front of the mother and grandmother. This is where we at. And we don't want to say that it's not a problem in our families and communities when we listen. The mama and the grandmama and the sister knew that these brothers were breaking in cars and they were both carrying weapons. 14 and 15-year-old boys. They knew. But you gonna think you can break up a fight, see, between your two brothers and don't think that one of them's gonna pull out his gun and pow you. 23-year-old sister, why you got your 11-month-old baby in your arms? He pow. And then the 15-year-old bursts out his and pows and shoots the 14-year-old in the stomach. He's still living, but the 23-year-old sister's gone.
Wow.
So that's 3 lives destroyed already, right there. Plus the 23-year-old ain't got a mother no more. Got to be raised now by the mother and the grandmother, who they did this in front of. It's ridiculous.
It really is.
Something is seriously wrong.
You're right, OG. Something wrong. That's mind-blowing. That is so mind-blowing. And it seems like nobody cares in the community. They don't care.
They don't care because it ain't happened to them yet, Messy. That's what it is, see? But until it happened to them and their families, they ain't got nothing to say. They mouths closed. They ain't trying to go out here and change nothing. They ain't trying to go out here and say nothing. Everybody got family members that they don't care about wanting to be around. Don't want Uncle so-and-so or cousin so-and-so at that barbecue, at that party, at that birthday. I know I did. I know I did. And y'all know they out there doing all kind of nefariousness, but long as they ain't breaking and entering in yours, it's okay. See? But when it hits home, then now you want everybody to get involved, everybody to know what was done to you and yours. We got to stop that. That's why we got to speak up. If they out there doing the nefariousness to other innocent people, you got to speak up and talk.
Mm-hmm.
Don't be afraid of your own children that you brought in this world. I wish my son would. I wish he would. That'll be his last time. Nothing I birth in this world I'm gonna be afraid of, baby. If it get that bad, that's a problem. But this is where we are.
I'm gonna have to do that story.
Yeah, look it up. It just happened right before Christmas. I think it was Christmas Eve or Christmas Day. It's in Florida. This situation happened. Yeah. 14-year-old, 15-year-old, 23-year-old sister. Gone. All three of their lives wasted. Because 15-year-old is going to prison for shooting the 14-year-old. He lived, but the 14-year-old is the one that murked and unalived his 23-year-old sister.
And going back to here, because the guy, the cousin that the best friend that the cousin invited over, the predator. I just feel like it's so predatorial for them to come in there and poison somebody's drink to try to get them to do it. Because all this boils down to is sex.
Yeah, it's the way they want to take it. They want to take it.
But it's making it like this is a predator.
Yeah, absolutely.
These are predators.
Absolutely. It's predatory behavior. Absolutely. Like I said, if you as a young man or woman got to take it while they are under the influence, whether they drunk themselves or you intoxicated them or drugged them, if you got to do that and that's the only way you can get it, that is a crime. That is problematic in our community.
And not only that, but all the young men that were around him do the same thing.
The same shit.
Boys are not holding each other accountable.
Not at all.
You know what, man? That's not right. They all on the same agenda. They are all on the same agenda.
It's sickening and it's sad. And that's why I said we have got to start speaking up. Mothers got to stop being afraid. If we continue to be afraid, this is going to happen all the time.
Mm-hmm.
And that's just the truth. When are we going to stop being afraid to say shit? You know who they are in your families. You know who those hoodlums are. You know who the predators are, the perverts. Let's stop protecting them, see, because these be the same people in families that be protecting the uncle that did all the molestation in 2-3 generations of family. Then when they die, they get up at their funeral and talk about, oh, Uncle so-and-so, he was so nice. He was a child of God, but he done raped 3 generations of women. See, this is what we do in our culture and in our families. That shit got to stop. It's sickening.
Mm-hmm.
No more sweeping this behavior up under the rug. No more what goes on in this house stays in this house. When you got family members that's out there doing shit to innocent people just because they ain't doing it to you directly, but they out there hurting other people, robbing, stealing, murking other people. You know it.
Other Black people too. And that's what me when people be like, oh, we gotta protect our own, we gotta look out for our own. Yeah, right. You don't mean that.
It's sad and it's sickening. It's sad and it's sickening. And it's just like a manifestation of an ugly fungus in our culture and community that we can't seem to get rid of. Because we be the problem. Because anytime you are a procurer of it, anytime you are apologetic of it, you are a part of the problem. And we are going to continue to have these type of things go on if people don't start speaking up, if people don't start doing the right thing.
Right.
It's sickening. It's just sickening to me. It really is. I'm so sick of our culture, and I'm so sick of all of this family sweep it under the rug. What goes on stays on in this family. Don't say nothing. Shh. Be quiet. I gotta be afraid of cousin so and so. I gotta be afraid of uncle so and so. Put his rowdy, predatory, treacherous, scandalous ass under the jail. And you won't have to worry about them problems no more. And ladies, get you something to protect yourself, especially if you're in a state where you can carry and conceal, or in a state where I am, where it's open carry. See, I used to be afraid of guns, but now I got them legally. I go to the range, I get trained properly, and I wish a ninja would.
So when he go to jail, he know going in jail. He know men are, and they say men all the time, and nothing happens. So I wonder, is he gonna keep that same energy in jail? He gonna be a booty bandit? Or what are your thoughts on that, OG?
Yeah, and he probably done already been in there before and already done experienced that before. So when it happened and he go right back in there into that system, he know what that system is about. Them chips gonna fall where they may, baby.
And
he might end up being somebody's biatch.
You know that's what it is. So he gonna end up being. I don't know how strong he is, but it's just like you wasting your life away going behind jail over some stuff you can just control yourself. And I don't know who to blame. He's 18. Sometimes people can look, you're a child, but he needs to go to jail. But who raising these?
He's charged as an adult. He 18. He getting charged as an adult, baby.
Yeah,
he's legal.
That. But I do feel that we're the parents too, because his 18 years, who is instilling this shit in him? Who told him this is okay?
See, this is where the accountability of the parents come in. Because trust me, Messy, believe me, when they pull up his record, this ain't the first time he did no crap like this. This ain't his first offense. I bet you he got a record, a long rap sheet. I bet you.
Yeah. This
is behavior that has been going on for probably ever since he was a young man in his preteens. I bet you.
And he probably watched it too. He probably watched his mom getting essayed by men. I'm not sure. I'm just assuming he probably seen some horrible things. So the whole community generation, they are to blame for this woman's death as well. Because when you do all this horrible shit and these grown men do it and you don't uncheck these grown men, it is a domino effect. These younger men, they learn that behavior and they take out other innocent women.
Absolutely. And they come from traumatic backgrounds. The probably was raised by a single parent. The father probably was nowhere, or the father's in prison and had a record himself. Father was probably toxic and full of drama. Probably watched the father, jump on some type of domestic violence. Probably saw a lot of traumatic things, right? And that's how a lot of those things affect the young men, especially in our communities and cultures. It's because, and there's a lack of the fathers in the homes of a lot of these young men that being raised by these single moms that saying, I'm the mama and the daddy. I'm doing it all. You ain't doing it right, mama. You ain't raising your son right with values, because regardless, even as a single woman, you need to have your sons around positive role models. Do they have uncles? Do they have cousins older? Or take them to community places where there are young men that are doing great things out in the world if that father is not there. That's what I had to do with my son when his father was in the Army. I made sure that my son was around positive role models. See, some of these young mothers having these kids, they lazy and trifling in themselves, and they ain't doing that.
Right.
And then then the young men growing up seeing the mama get hit all upside the head by the boyfriends that's coming through. Like this is where we at. And then we wonder why the shit that is happening like this continuously is happening in our communities and culture.
Mm.
Nobody want to have these hardcore conversations, see, and these mothers don't want to be held accountable. These parents don't want to be held accountable.
Yeah.
See, because the village ain't raising them no more. I was raised by a village, understand? Next door neighbor knew if my mama worked nights, I had to be in the house when the street lights was on. Or I'm calling your mama, what you doing out here? See, we ain't got that no more, see? Cause see, don't nobody, you don't say nothing to my child. Don't tell my child, don't talk to my child. See, that's where we at. See, can't tell your child nothing, can't say nothing to him. But you ain't doing your job. But you don't want nobody to say nothing to your ill-mannered, disrespectful child. See, because it starts young. It starts young. They test you young. They smart talk, back talk. That's where it starts. See, and they push. They keep poking the envelope. They keep poking the bear more and more. They see how far that you will let them go. And women tend to be, I'm sorry, but it's the truth. They tend to cuddle the boys and to be more lenient with them when they know a man need to put some bass in their voice and pull him up in his chest and say, "Now you ain't gonna disrespect your mama and you ain't gonna disrespect these women out here." See, when my son's father was in the service and I got two brothers, and the first time my son tried me, I said, "Okay, I got something for you." I called my brothers. They came over and they lift his ass up off the feet, held him against the wall and said, "If I ever hear you try to disrespect your mother, I'm gonna come over here and I'm gonna beat that ass like you stole something." See? But see, we don't have that no more. And we gotta be honest about things. And so you get these type of predatorial, violent behaving, acting. I don't even know what to call them. This is what we do.
Unhinged ninjas. Now,
Yeah.
Humbly says that child wasn't even the girl that he tried to essay.
Nope.
She was sitting on the bed, packing in front of the door when he came back to that for my research. Humbly, you're absolutely right, but it does not change anything that we said. You're absolutely right. And I just want to say, I tip my hat off for Ashlei for getting out that situation. She didn't stay there. She said, no, that happened to her. This is an unsafe situation. This is no longer a party. Let's go. And she was on out to leave. And did. That's what she should have did.
Yeah.
And he came back and he started pound through the door.
Yep. It's sickening. It's so sad. And it's
and another thing, OG, I get so mad. Oh, y'all, I want to tear this computer up. He the one that did wrong and he mad.
Right.
What mentality is that? Because
imagine that
same mentality. He was the wrong that did someone wrong and he mad.
Yeah, imagine that.
The SA person, pow. See, they know you weak. They know you weak. And they're gonna keep on trying you till they take you out of here.
Yeah.
You God done gave them too much. They too entitled. They know they wrong, and they still treating you like you the one that did something wrong.
That part.
There's something in society, because even if he was raised up to feel like that's okay, in society, he would know society is not going to have that. These women are not going to have that. So it's not only just his single parenting, but it's something, the whole culture is doomed. The whole society is doomed with that type of behavior that runs rapid on the average, and that's normal.
He going right to the place where they gonna show him what time it is. You gonna see how big and bad and tough he gonna be with those other men in there. They're gonna be twice his size. That he gonna end up being they itch. We gonna see. See, because he gonna end up being somebody itch.
Yeah,
Okay.
they like new bitches up in there.
Yeah. But again, we gotta understand and put ourselves in somebody else's shoes and position. We would not want this to be our daughter. We have to start speaking up against this type of stuff. I'm sorry, we have to start talking and turning in family members and shit that we know that's out here doing shit like what he's doing, and those boys that was with him. Like for real, for real. We got to stop being afraid. I'm so sick of Black people scared of every goddamn thing. We scared to talk. We scared to move. We scared to say something. We scared to this. We scared. We just scared. When are we gonna stop being so goddamn scared?
They just want to be a victim. They just want to be victims. That's it.
I told my son if my phone ever ring and you talking about you in jail over some it better be a self-defense type of situation where you was protecting yourself, your family, your home, and your property. Other than that, you gonna sit right there. Now, I'm not coming for no BS.
And got the nerve to want to take the police out the community. What y'all gonna do then?
Police themselves. Good luck with that. Good luck with that.
They can't even do it now.
That's why I said good luck with that. Girl, listen. I'm in Arizona, right? Where I says open carry. And if you pay attention to places where they have the strictest gun laws, happen to be the places where the most crimes are committed. Now I'm in an open carry and it's less crime here. You know why? That's because everybody knows 9 times out of 10, everybody got something just like you do, baby.
Right.
Try me if you wanna.
I agree with that. I think you should, because they know these criminals, they are getting a pow and they only trying you because they feel that you are scared and they know that you don't have it. So it gives them an advantage. So I salute the states. You know, I ain't no Republican, but you know, some Republican shit I do like.
That me too.
I like that. Yeah.
Yeah, this is one of them. I wasn't at first. I was apprehensive. I was like, shit. Then I was like, you know what? You can't beat them, baby. You better join them. I went and got me a pow. Went and started going to the range. Took care of my business. Okay. And now it's like, okay, yeah. So they ain't pushing up on each other too tough here in Arizona, because they know 9 times out of 10 I got something just like you got. It's a matter of who getting to theirs first. I tell women all the time, you better, if you in a state where you could protect yourself, you better protect yourself, because these men out here sure ain't trying to do it for ya.
They not gonna do it, and they not raised to do it. That is just a myth. I don't understand why people are still dreaming in traditional time when we are in a modern time. OG, do you agree we are in modern times?
Oh, absolutely. Okay. Absolutely. And I'm not in the same state where my brothers are, so I don't have that protection, you know, like that close anymore. We live in different states, so hey, I'm dolo solo out here. So I'm coming and going as I please as a woman. So you doggone right. I gotta make sure I'm protecting me. That's real talk. And women better do the same. You know why? Because it's your husbands and it's your boyfriends and your exes and all these young men like them that's coming back, want to do something to you because they can't take rejection. That's real talk.
They at the gas stations, and guess who they number one target? A Black woman.
Can't take that you done broke up with them. Now you done took abuse off them for years and you finally fed up and ready to go, and they can't take rejection. You get an order protection sometimes that don't protect you. You better protect yourself. You see what they doing to us out here? You better protect yourself. I keep screaming enough. The more I watch that channel, Black Girl Unlost and Leah Gordon, all I see predominantly is where Black men has took out Black women.
Mm-hmm.
It's almost like it's an epidemic.
But you know what? When you tell these black men, they say, well, black women, they do the same thing. Yeah, black women, they kill too now. Yeah, it's equal. It's equal.
Messy. Of course they do, but it ain't equal. We know the numbers ain't equal now. It's more black men taking out black. Come on now, black women. It's not equal.
Yeah,
Look up the statistics.
right. But until
It's not equal.
how do you get those men to realize what is going on to do something about it? Because they keep doing it, and the mammies, they are aligning with them, and at the end of the day, it's their community.
And they supposed to be one to protector of the community. Am I right or wrong? But they doing a lousy job. They doing a lousy job.
OG, it's modern times, and you already said they already came on the video and say, F these women, they're not doing that when it comes to the brick. So I think, no, they're not. I think, just like you said, the brick situation happened, and they let you know their stance and how they feel. Now, you just have to believe them. And it seems like people are continuing to pull from a traditional. That's world is over. This is a different world. Wake up.
Best believe it. Best believe it. And they showing you every day that they ain't trying to protect you. So you better protect yourself.
They didn't
Period.
quit.
Point blank.
They done left out, and you still waiting on somebody to come up here to do some work. They ain't coming back.
And I say this all the time, especially since I got carrying and conceal and start going to the range. I see more Hispanic and Caucasian families at the ranges than I do black families. And I don't know why. That's a problem. Because for some reason, we don't want to teach our family how to protect themselves. It's sad. It's sad. But we're so helpless, and we are the most victimized people out here. But we want to listen, we have to stop being afraid. Stop being afraid. I used to be afraid of weapon. I used to be afraid to go but now because I know I have to protect myself. I don't have a husband right now. If you don't have a husband to protect you, I tell you, single women, protect yourself. It's nothing wrong with going to get trained and go to that range, baby. Get you a weapon and go learn how to shoot properly. Learn how to handle a weapon. Learn how to be disciplined about it.
And I want to say, she said y'all single. I'm gonna tell you, married women, you better get a pow. Okay, I got a few women in my family. They're married now. One trying to get away from her husband that keeps on popping up every time she leaves and blocks her, and she can't even get out the driveway. Okay, and then the other one them pushed his wife down the stairs while she pregnant, trying to get her to lose the baby. Thank God she just gave birth today. So I say, you married women, you need that too. Y'all are not exempt.
Absolutely.
Not exempt.
Absolutely.
Not safe because you're married. Think
Yep.
again.
Yep. If that man is not, your marriage is not good and he's your protector and you trying to leave him and he acting the way Messy is saying that the behavior of these men, you need to get some protection.
Even if your marriage is good, just for yourself, because please believe me, they had a great time at a time. At a time, it was great at a time. They ain't never think this would happen.
Yeah.
So,
yeah.
good or bad.
Yeah, you're right. You're absolutely right. Women need to learn how to carry and conceal. Really do. They need to go to the range. They need to learn how. I see whole families out there. Like out here where I am in Arizona where it's open carry, baby, they whole families, they kids and everything is at the range. They ain't playing out here. They ain't playing.
Yeah. And they know just in case if they have a civil war again, they ready.
Yep. They teach the kids. You know why? Because the kids go hunting with them. Like they go up in the mountains and stuff and they go hunting out here in Arizona. So the kids got to know how to use the weapons properly. We the only ones that don't believe in stuff like that. And I don't understand why. I don't understand it.
Mm.
And we think we ready. If it is some kind of unrest, civil unrest, or some kind of race war, any kind of thing against us, we ain't ready. We ain't ready. But women, you better get ready and
Mm-mm.
stay ready so you don't have to get ready.
Yeah, everything is going to the toilet. I think they're gonna try to depend on them gangs, and them gangs, they don't care. And if the gangs do get power in your community, then they're gonna treat you like trash. They don't have respect for women either.
Not at all. Not at all. These school kids are so treacherous out here with the bullying and this and that. They just out here, they just 15, 16-year-olds just beat a young man to death because he was recording a fight.
Mm,
Okay. And they
wow.
didn't want him to record it and put it on social media and get their faces and all of that. And they stopped fighting the person that they was fighting, turned on the teenager 16 that had the camera, and they actually beat him to death.
Wow. Did it get caught?
Yeah, they got him. Yeah. But these were a gang of young teenage boys that was going around in the schools bullying and fighting and starting stuff. And again, no, everybody's scared to say something. And you see what happened? This young man loses his life because he tries to get it and record it so he can probably put it on social media so they can get caught. And he lost his life.
And you see these men always running in gangs. It'd be a heap of them.
Baby, when I tell you, we have got to start speaking up. We have to. We have got to start reporting these people and family members, friends that's out here doing nefarious shit. I'm sorry. I said what I said.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Well, OG, I just want to say I thank you for coming up here and having this dialogue with me. Hopefully, I get to do more content like this. I'm
Oh,
going to
absolutely.
now. Any last words?
No, I just want to tell everybody be safe, especially, women, we got to be safe out here. I just mean what I say. Be safe and do whatever it takes to keep you and your children and your family safe. But yeah, Messy, look up that Florida case, the one I mentioned.
I'm on it. All right. Thank you,
And I will
guys.
talk to you soon.
Talk to you guys soon.